So many of you are thinking about starting a business or you've started a business and you're thinking about of your business. Great risk involved with starting your own business. And what I wanted to talk to you today about was risks and rewards. In fact, if you're not willing to take the risk, you cannot reap the rewards that are involved with it. And your only limitation is how much action you're willing to take. So I also liken this to the idea that if you aren't desperate enough to make a change, you aren't going to change. How much action are you willing to take to start your business or grow your business, take it to the next level? And by the way, I'm pulling this information from a book that I wrote a few years ago. The title is called Discovering Your Purpose and Igniting Your Passion. And this is on page 85 of that book. You can find it on Amazon if you're interested in the book. I'm not trying to sell a book here, but life is full of risks, and some are going to be more obvious than others. If you're wanting to start a business, it's going to be a risk. You're going to have to take risks to do that. And yes, it can be scary, but the question is, are you willing to take the risk for the reward? If you are willing to step toward the reward, that means you have to step through the risk. And for many, we take this safe space or this safe travel through life where we avoid taking risks and we find ourselves in a comfort zone. And I'm going to tell you, there is no reward in the comfort zone. The comfort zone is meant to comfort you and keep you safe. It's not meant to involve any type of reward. Comfort is actually not a reward. It is a place that is a trap. It is a place that is a prison for you, and it's not part of the reward system. The rewards have so much more than the comfort zone could ever give you. And so the problem is that many people are not willing to take the risks. They're unwilling to become uncomfortable to achieve what they are wanting to do. So what I'm trying to say to you today, if you're listening to this, is that you need to find a way to become uncomfortable if you want to be successful in your business. That means you may have to do things you aren't natural at, like sales or developing a product or service. So the other thing is, I often hear people say, I can't. I can't, and just fill in the blank. I can't start a business. I can't sell. I can't, whatever. The truth is, when you say you can't, you've already decided that you won't do something. And this is the reality that pretty much anything we put on our mind that we say we can't do, we've already decided it's impossible, we're not going to do it. And so you need to find ways to stop saying, I can't blank. There are other challenges involved with, sure, doing a business, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. There is nothing new under the sun. That means that short of sprouting wings and flying, yes, you can't fly by sprouting wings and flying on your own power, but that doesn't mean you can't fly at all. It means that you won't get in an airplane or you won't get into a glider or whatever mode that will cause you to fly. Helicopter. I've been in a helicopter. I've been in an airplane. Never been in a glider. I'm not really interested in going in gliders, and I'm not interested in jumping out of a good airplane. I'm not into skydiving. So I can't skydive? No, it's I really won't skydive. But maybe you're interested in that type of risk, and that's okay. You should go for it. So here's the self-evaluating question. Is this really my life? If you're sitting there looking at your life, where you are today, and you're thinking about starting a business, and you're unhappy with where you are, the simple answer is change. You have the power to change. Now, that doesn't mean that it's easy. There's this difference between easy and change. change is difficult because you're going in one direction and now you're diverting and heading in a different direction. And there's physics involved and all sorts of things. There's psychology involved because we have to reprogram our brains. We come with a processor. It's called our brain. And our brain is programmed over time. And we are taught so many things from a young age, what we can and cannot do. And the truth is that we can do a whole lot more than we absolutely believe that we can do. We have to take risks. We all have purpose in our lives, whether you believe it or not. I believe we all have purpose. And inside of each one of us is this undeniable calling or purpose on our lives. And you need to look at that purpose, that thing that keeps resurfacing, that over and over again comes to you. That's your calling, and it's speaking out to you. It's speaking volumes to you, and you need to answer it because one day it'll get tired of calling out to you and it'll give up. And you don't want your purpose to give out on you. You have to have the desire to go for those things that scare you. It's the things that scare you that you most often need to do. It's those things that are pulling you out of your comfort zone that you most often need to explore because those are the things that speak to the passion and the purpose within you. And what you need to know is the road is not going to be easy, but that doesn't mean it's not traversable. It means that that you cannot travel on it. You can travel on it. If the road is not untravelable, you can't travel on the road, make a new road. There is flexibility makes possibility. If you're willing to be flexible, all things are possible. The best way to understand risk is to list out your risk and your rewards on a piece of paper. Look at the risk of doing it and look at all the rewards. And hopefully you're going to find more rewards than the actual risk that it took to get to that. So what I want you to do is to reach inside and embrace the part of you that is calling out to you. Write out the risk of doing that thing and the rewards of doing that thing because typically there's only a few risks in doing it. And a lot of times we look at risk as in we're going to lose friends or our family's going to be disappointed in us. Yes, those are real risks. But the alternative is that you do something incredible with your life. You start a business that changes lives of other people. You may be sitting on a multi-million-dollar idea that will literally change the way people live, or it will change someone's life. And what you're doing by not answering that call, a passion that's within you, is to deny those people the benefits of your idea. You're actually harming the future by not answering the call of your purpose. You're harming the future, your future, and the future of the universe when you don't act on those things that are passionate within you. It is important that you step aside and look at the reality of what's going on. Is the pain of doing something so excruciating that it would deny the universe the future possibilities of the idea that you have birthed within you? Why would you do that? Why would you deny yourself all the rewards by sitting there saying that I'm comfortable? I'm comfortable in my job. I'm comfortable in what I'm doing. Why would you do that when you have the opportunity to live the best life possible? So, risk comes with a lot of unknown. I get it. That's scary. But we know that there are benefits to the risk. We know what those rewards are. And so when we outweigh, we should be able to outweigh the unknown with the rewards. And here's the other thing. The majority of the things that we predict will happen or will assume will happen or we fear will happen don't happen. So we're being held back by the fantasy that we create in our brains every day. This means that we have to change the way we talk to ourselves, the way we view the world around us, the way we view the things we want to accomplish. Are they difficult? Sure, they can be difficult. Are they impossible? Most likely not. Again, short of sprouting wings and flying, you're not going to fly without the aid of a helicopter or an airplane or something else. Okay? But it's not impossible to fly. It's not impossible to do the things that you feel called to do. If you have a great idea or you have this passion to start a business and you don't know what you want to start, you just know you want to start it, start exploring. What are the risks of starting a business? What are the rewards of starting a business? What are the rewards if you become successful in your business? And the truth is, some businesses don't make it. I get it. That's part of the unknown and the risk factor. And you can put that down as a risk. Then maybe you fail. But if you don't learn from your failure, then you don't grow. And if you don't grow, you can't find the success that you desire. And if that's something that's deep within you, then you need to pursue that. And one other thing, taking risks means that you will likely not be in control of all the steps. And with this lack of control comes the feeling of fear and confusion. I'm just going to tell you, you're not going to be in control all the time. The way that you mitigate that, the way that you push back on that, is that you have a plan every step of the way toward your goal. You have a goal for starting a business. You have a goal to become successful. You have a goal for something. There are steps that you have along the way that help you to achieve that goal. The way that you mitigate or cut back on the lack of control, the fear and the confusion, is to have a plan each step of the way. So when you start to get fearful and confused, you turn to your goal. You turn to your list of things that you need to accomplish. The risk is going to include a great deal of excitement. So make sure that you understand that just because you have this risk doesn't mean that there isn't a reward, that there isn't an excitement. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take out a piece of paper and I want you to draw a box on it and put it in 4 quadrants. So you have a box with 4 quadrants in it. And this is basically a risk reward assessment. In the upper left-hand corner, I want you to write the reward of attempting the goal, the reward of attempting what it is you want to do. What is the reward? And then in the box next to it in the upper right-hand corner, I want you to write the risks of attempting the goal, the reward of attempting the goal, and the risks of attempting the goal. So there's rewards and there's risks, and there should be multiples. If you need more paper, that's fine. Get more paper. Then in the bottom left-hand corner, I want you to write the reward of not attempting the goal. Maybe there's a reward, maybe there isn't. And in the bottom right-hand corner, I want you to write the risks of not attempting the goal. Because there are some risks if you don't go for the goal. And remember, I talked about the risk of harming the universe, harming the future of the universe because you had this great idea and you decide not to take it to market. In fact, you may be standing in the way between someone having the life they've always wanted because your story is going to inspire someone to be more than they could possibly be. And by you not achieving that goal, you're standing in the way of someone else being inspired. Now, that's not to say that someone else couldn't come along and inspire them. Someone else couldn't come along and take your idea. There are dozens of examples of where I've thought of something and then years later someone else invented it or did it. So don't tell me that that isn't going to happen to you, where you've come up with an idea and you don't do it and someone else does it. So based on your risk and reward grid that you're going to draw out, you should have enough information to determine whether the goal that you have should be achieved or not. You need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to look at the reality of life and look at where you are right now. Let me ask you a question. If you are currently working for someone else Maybe you're sitting in a cubicle farm in some office, nondescript office building. Or maybe you're working from home. Maybe you feel underappreciated. Maybe, you're passed over for, you know, a pay increase, or maybe it's a promotion, and you're not feeling the love that you deserve because you're being overlooked. Are you happy? Are you truly happy in the situation you're in? If not, you should change. Don't feel obligated to stay where you are. Yes, it's safe. Yes, I get it. You have responsibilities to take care of your house, take care of your spouse, take care of your kids. You have mortgage, you have bills. I get all that. I'm not saying be irresponsible. I'm not saying quit your job today. But what I'm saying is that there are possibilities of doing a side business, getting started. Uh, that's not impossible. And you're saying, well, you don't know my schedule. Anything's impossible if you're in enough pain. Anything's impossible if you have enough desire. You have to find that deep rooted desire, that passion, something that if you don't do it, it's as if you stopped breathing. Now, some people will say not everyone is made out to be an entrepreneur, and I get that. That's true. Entrepreneurship requires a certain mindset, and for some of you, you're going to have to develop it. But I believe that everyone that's listening to my voice, that watches this video, that maybe listens to this on a podcast, every person that hears my voice has the potential within them to start something new, creative. They can start a business that can break them free of the chains of comfort that they're in. And so I just want to encourage you. I don't know where you are. I don't know who you are. I don't know what struggles you're in, but I'm telling you, if you want it bad enough, you can have it. But that doesn't mean you don't have to work for it. You have to work for it. You're going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be painful. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to need sleep. But the rewards are what are important in this. If you don't look at the reward for doing this, and you only look at the struggle to doing it, you won't do it. You'll say, I can't, and that means you won't. You've decided you won't. Let's stop deciding we won't. I want you to do your very best. I want you to be what you have been called to be. There is a passion within you that is screaming out from the depths of your soul, hear me. Choose me. And I'm telling you, if that's going on with you right now, or if you recall a time when that was happening, you can tap into that passion. But I'm telling you, don't wait and have regret at the end of your life that you didn't try something. If you try it and you fail, learn from it and do something different. Let me tell you something. When I started my first business, 21 years ago, I knew nothing about it. I was scared. I was scared to death. But I did it anyways. Every day I got up, and the first year was hard because I was working a full-time job and running a business part-time, and I was exhausted, and I was scared because I wanted this business more than anything because I wanted to be free from the full-time job. It took time. It took energy. And eventually I left that full-time job and I went into my business full-time. And for 3 years straight, we pounded it out. And we became, a product that was found around the world. And we were featured in magazines and on home shopping networks. And all because I had a dream to work for myself. It's scary. I know it's scary because there's so much unknown right now. But if you take one step at a time, if you're willing to take the risk, you will absolutely reap the rewards. And along the way, you're going to have some failures. You're going to skin your knee, you get up, you put a Band-Aid on it, you keep going, you learn from it. But don't give up. Giving up can't be an option if you've got a passion within you. I am dogged in my belief that you can't give up. You might change direction. You might change a little bit of what you're doing, because along the way there's adjustments that happen. You have to learn from the process. And as you're learning, you make those course corrections. But don't give up. You were not designed to live in a place of comfort. You were not designed to live in a place of despair. You were not designed to live in a place of mediocrity. You were designed for so much more. You have a brain, you have creativity, whether you like it or not, believe it or not, you are creative. If you can think for yourself, you have creativity. I'm telling you, you can do this. If you want to start a business, the only thing stopping you is what you believe. When you start believing that you can, you will find ways to do it, and you will. Believe me, I have over 20 years of entrepreneurial experience in my back pocket that tells me the truth is what I'm saying. If you are willing to take the risk, you will reap the rewards. I'm Dr. Foster. I am the founder of Maximum Change Business Coaching, and I teach people how to start and grow their businesses. And I would so much love to help you. Will you please like this video, comment on the video, give us some feedback, a review even, and I would love it if you would share this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, because I believe this is a message of hope and inspiration and motivation. There is nothing in this world that can stop you when you have the desire to do it. Trust me on that. I hope you have a great day. See you soon.